decent amount of players coming his way. The smoke grenade actually blocks him off from retreating a little bit. But of course, Prosto, their main goal isn't actually to push here on the A bombs, and apparently they're going to be making swift progress here on the B part of the map. This is where a good flash has been deployed here from Mir, but still as he goes down, the Prosto guys are going to continue on pushing forward on this bomb side. There's actually some decent frags being found out here by the Prosto players. They might just be able to plant the bomb into this situation. Axel looked very quick on the trigger, and looks like Axel has made himself some good progress here towards water. But as you can see, there's not a single frag working out here for Gambit. In fact, Mo is now the last remaining CT player. He's going to have a very difficult time in this clutch. He knows the positioning of a couple of these players, but it's still very difficult to be finding those kills. Prosto not giving them too many chances, and yes, at the very least, there's the piss around here for Prosto. And we actually saw them win the piss around on the Mirage map as well, on the G side. It's just that right after that, they didn't get a single round on their first half. Here, though, I hope things are going to be a little bit different, as the Prosto guys are going to be going up against... Oh, okay, it will be a force play here from Gambit. I was maybe hoping to see a Gambit eco, but as we can see, they do decide to invest in some of these upgraded pistols. There's the UMP in the hands of Axel, and Mo picking up that scout of his. Though, if anything, I'd be very careful about the approach here from the Prosto guys. They can never be sure. They might just be able to run into, say, a stack of one of these bomb sites. And this is not very worrying if you're a Prosto fan, because we can see that the majority of players here from Prosto are stationed here towards this B bomb site. Though, if they actually attempt to continue on with the push here, they're going to have to face 4 CTs, if not more of them. So, this is quite worrying here for the terrorist side. One thing I would love to see is actually this one of the Prosto guys actually try to play a bit more aggressive here towards the B bomb site to try and gather information. They have a couple guys here in the Mac 10, so it can either be Kenzo or Dev. Could actually go down here, and if they end up dying in this situation, at the very least, you know that this B bomb site isn't safe. You group up all your players and just hit that other part of the map. So it does look like with very little time remaining, the Prosto guys are going to continue on with their push here on the bomb side. I don't know here, it's quite risky here for the teams, but they have to continue on moving forward. They cannot back away from this point. There's Axel with 2 massive kills with the UMP. And right now, things are looking very good here for the Gambit players. Doja holding things down here. There's 1 kill with the 5-7. And as we can see, Flarich and Kinder, they have slowed down to a crawl, and yet somehow Flarich actually gets 4 kills in that scenario. Alright, Flarich, calm down, buddy. That was like, what, 10 seconds remaining? And Gambit were on the brink of winning that round, and somehow the Latvian pulls it back. I did not see that one coming. And well, Prosto do get themselves a second round here on the terrorist side of Overpass, and the best thing of all is because they win the force play against Gambit, they have now got a very good chance of getting the 3rd round in. Because this round here from Gambit is obviously a full eco. Full eco here for the Gambit players. They only have some of those upgraded pistols, and that's about it, really. This approach from the Prosto guys, I like it way more than the previous one. We get to see that Ivan right now making a lot of noise here towards that A bomb site, and in fact, I think actually deployed some of that utility on this toilets area, thus forcing a lot of these Gambit players to be sticking here towards the A bomb site, but that's actually not where the push is happening. The Prosto guys, in fact, do end up pushing the B bomb site, and as we can see, some of the very simple movement and utility usage there from Ivan has been able to pull off the entire Gambit squad on that A bomb site, and now they can just reap the benefits by taking over a free and empty B site, as well as probably win the round in this scenario. The Gambit guys only have pistols in this case, and I guess you're gonna try to find somebody second frag. Oh! Flarich gets actually caught out while he's jumping up. And there seem to be a lot of these players trying to hunt down Lonesome Flarich. Can't really say I blame him. This is probably a good opportunity as any to try and get that rifle out of his hand, but that's not going to be the case, as every single player from Gambit ends up falling apart. And that's going to be the 3rd round here for Prosto. Right now, we get to see a proper purchase here from the Gambit players. They, in fact, also have Mo here on the sniper rifle. Of course, with this flash grenade being deployed, I wouldn't be too surprised if he actually ends up backing away. But as we can see, he's still holding his ground here. The flashes actually do connect, and interestingly enough, he still will go down here to the Mac 10 here of Ivan. Can't really say that this turn is looking too bad here for Prosto to find a very important scalp. That is, of course, Mo going down pretty early on here. Axel can't really say he's in the best position right now. His best bet would probably try to back away here through the B bombs and back on the A side. As we can see, Prosto, they're definitely not going to be slowing down. They're going to continue on with their push here on the bomb side. It's a very successful one at that. They have players coming in here for toilets as well as for long. Not a single kill working out here for Gambit so far on the retake, but as I say, there's actually one here for Axel. But if anything, Gambit still have to be quite careful in their approach here. Ivan definitely sees the player there, and Axel still somehow wins the fight. This is now looking pretty horrid here for Prosto, as this winnable scenario is still somewhat good here for Gambit, and that's the takedown Axel. It has become a lot harder here for Doja and Mir to actually commit to the retake. The boys don't have the fuse kit here, so they have to win these fights, and well, they are winning them, that's for certain, but ever so more, the timer is running out, it's ticking. See Death trying to get the spray in. He actually does not connect, but we get to see that Gambit, Doja alongside Mira will actually try to conceal their weapons. So they're going to try to save them for this upcoming round, and Prosto will actually get themselves the 4th round here on the board. Actually, we might just begin to see some mistakes here from the Gambit players. We saw that Mo was holding off pretty aggressive angle there towards Birthday. Didn't have a single teammate backing him up. I'm almost certain if he would be playing against a team of a higher caliber, once he sees the flash turning in, simply enough, Mo just backs the hell out of there. He doesn't want to try to give up an early fight like that, but because it's Prosto and because you ended up winning the first map against him 16-2, I can't understand the motivations there of Mo, but it kind of puts his team in a pretty detrimental position. Right now, though, it's still looking pretty good here for Prosto to get one more round of the board. As all they have to face here really is just the Enforcer here for Doji and Mira, and Mo alongside Axel and Demastic. They only have the pistols, but as we can see, even those pistols getting fired off. That's an early kill here for Axel. Not sure if you can get anything out of this one, as the flash does rain in, and the flash though will get the better of Axel. As it's still, as you can see, should be a round victory here for Prosto. Mo, though, he should be able to spot out the player. He sees him, and he actually wins the fight against Claridge. He actually, not too bad, gets the dink on one more of these guys, but Prosto now, 50 seconds remaining. If you ask me, that's still a decent amount of time here for the Prosto players if they actually want to end up hitting the B bomb, so they can still very easily make the rotate. Even though one thing that's important to note, that if they want to make the rotate happen, they will have to go through connector, which is a part of the map they haven't cleared out yet. So guess they're going to stick here with their main plan, which was probably just to try and hit the safe bomb site. For now, it's looking very possible as they're deploying all of that utility here on that A site. There's not a single player to actually stop them. And I think as they're going to be able to plant the bomb here, Prosto might begin to question themselves, where on earth are these CTs stationed at? As we can see, Demastic is making the wraparound. He might just be able to catch a certain Def off guard. Oh, Def actually finds the better of him. Right now, Doja and Mir might just try to actually go for the retake for now. Especially if they're able to find a kill quick enough. If they find a kill in, say, the next 10 seconds, it definitely makes a lot of sense to continue on going for the retake. I think Doja anticipates the player to be there. That's a good kill for Doja. Right now, it's still possibly here for Gambit, but as we can see, the Prosto guys are playing this one to perfection. They're not going to be giving away any sort of kills. Mirrors probably should be sticking the defuse right now. There's actually, oh, the kill's working out here for Gambit, but do they have enough time? That's going to be very close here for Mir, but it looks to be very possible. Yes, he does get the defuse in. Would you look at that? That was 0.02 seconds, and Gambit are able to win the round. That was close. That was so close there for Gambit. They do succeed, though. Can't take that away from them. Mo right now, back to his antics here towards birthday. I think this time around he has learned his lesson, and if he's going to be seeing any utility flying his way, he might just continue on playing a bit more passively. And in fact doesn't see no utility, and in fact doesn't see even a single player there, so he still continues on to play passively here on the A-bomb side. Though this does mean that he leaves his teammate Axel in a pretty awkward scenario. In fact, it may not be as awkward as I might think. I would presume that the Prosto guys are actually going to continue on with their push here on the bomb side. And if they do, Axel might find some perfect timing here to take down at least a couple of these team players. At least one of them goes down. And of course, I think that was Yakinder. Wasn't able to do a very good job to hold down that push. This is still working out pretty well here for Prosto. Would you look at that? There's some crucial kills here for Def and Kenzo. The nade, though, actually takes down one of these players. And if Mo deploys the Malt... Oh, Mo, what was that? Oh, boy, you had to hit that Molotov, Mo. Not sure why he didn't decide to jump there. But right now, I would presume the Gambit players gonna try to save their guns here. I mean, if Mo is able to throw that Molotov on the B bomb side, if anyone was planting the bomb, they might just been able to go down to the flames of Mo. But that, of course, is only a game of speculation. This means that the economy has been reset here for the Gambit players. Though, actually when I say it, even though yes, economy has been reset, this doesn't mean that they won't be able to make a purchase this upcoming round. As we can see, actually, if he gets to keep his rifle, oh yes he does, but Ivan was very close in that kill. Right. So it's definitely possible for the Gambit players to actually make a purchase here. You can see Mir is able to drop a rifle. Doji can even drop a sniper rifle for Mo, so yes. This is going to be looking like a pretty decent investment from the Gambit players. They do decide to purchase in the rifles. Not the most amount of utility though, so that's a bit problematic here for the CTs, but other than that, it's still not too bad of an investment. Flyers right now are going to be fighting for connector presence. I think they have begun to realize that Gambit have been putting a decent amount of emphasis on connector control. It is, I'd say, one of the most important parts of the map here on a map like Overpass. As with you having connector control, you're able to make the rotates between the two bomb sites, well, if you're a terrorist, that is, between the two bomb sites very quickly and very rapidly. So it does make a lot of sense for both teams to be fighting for early connector control. Right now, though, we can see it in this round, the Gambit players do decide to play a bit more aggressively. We can see that they're pretty much holding off a line there towards long, fountain, as well as connector. So far, in terms of map control, it's looking very solid for Gambit, but I think once they realize that the smokes are being deployed here on the speed bomb side, it's going to be a push here. Of course, Prosto have slowed down quite a bit, which means that the Gambit players can actually make this rotate happen. I think Axel, yeah, by him opening up the door, he reveals his position, but there's still Mo to help him out. Right now, Axel actually gets the kill on Def, and right now it's all up to Yakinder and Ivan. The two players are so low in HP. One nade could get him. And I think, where's Mir stationed at? He's towards the monster, so he's not able to deploy that grenade of his. He does have the Molotov, though. I think it actually goes down to the barrel, so that's a very good Molotov there from Mir. Flash is being deployed, but we can see the Gambit are taking their sweet time entering the bomb site. Right now, Ivan holding a pretty good angle here, does win the fight against Mir. And where on earth is Mo alongside Axel? Right now, it's all up to Mo to try to get this clutch in, and apparently Prosto will get themselves the 6th round here as Mo just has to back away, and I'm not sure if he can actually even succeed. Yakinder finds him, and yes, that's still going to be 6 rounds here for Prosto. Don't tell me we're going to be seeing a reverse sweep in this matchup. I mean, the chances of that happening are pretty slim, but don't get me wrong, it's still possible. We saw the Gambit players absolutely decimate Prosto on the first map, which was the map pick of Prosto. It was 16-2. Here right now, we get to see the Prosto guys actually end up winning this half for now, 6-1. This is, it's just so weird. That's the thing I was talking about in this CIS matchup. I mean, even though you would say that Gambit are definitely the superior team coming into this matchup, as we can see, you know, Prosto are able to give us a pretty decent game now. Can't really say that was the case on the first map, but looks like they have been able to pull it back, at least for now. Ah, yes, the classic stack here towards long from the Gambit players. It's a pretty good idea, because more often than not, once you know that your opponent's going to be on an eco, the T side will actually, well, a lot of times will decide to actually push towards long. You think that, oh, we have the rifles, we have the long range engagement, we should be able to come out on top against any of the pistol players. But as we can see, Gambit, they've been able to hit themselves quite well. There's a couple players right behind the rock, right behind the tree. If you end up peeking out like a straight up dry peek as a terrorist, you might just go down to even some of the basic pistols. So I do like this idea here from Gambit. Right now, flash raining in. Actually doing a pretty good job at clearing out long, as they are deploying the utility to make sure that the Gambit players aren't holding there. But as we can see, they definitely spot out a couple of those CTs. And appropriately, the Prosto guys will actually try to hit this B-bomb set right now. As in fact, the B-bomb set is entirely empty, and Prosto should be able to get themselves one more round in the board, which seems to be the 7th round for them. Oh, Larridge definitely hears a lot of footsteps there in connector, as the CDs are just stepping around rapidly. Kinder, gotta be quite careful here. Even you are going up against the simple pistols. Mo still finds the kill. Oh boy. I'd say be quite careful here, Prosto. Okay. I'm not sure why the Gambit players still want to try to end up finding these guys, but definitely want to try to take the rifles out of them. But I think the explosion might just, yes. In fact, that's the case. The explosion, in fact, pushes the AK-47 into the hands of Axel, and well, that was a pretty smart idea here from Gambit if they were anticipating that to actually happen. Right now, this is the part of the half where Gambit just have to start winning rounds. Otherwise, we might just be able to end up with a similar scenario we saw in our very first map. Because for now, Gambit are struggling here quite a bit. Axel heading into back towards connector, but I think even he realized that maybe trying to play a bit more safe here does make a lot of sense. Because again, if you're, say, the lonesome connector player... Oh, ay, poor Axel. He gets found out by through the smoke of Flarich. I thought that Axel was going to be playing a bit more passively, but as he continues on to hold it here towards toilets, it means that Prosto will get an early frag here. But if I can get back to my idea about the connector player, I mean, it's so hard to be holding connector by your lonesome, especially if you don't have a single player, say, in the upper bomb, well, here in the upper part of the map. Right now, Mo tries to go for the straight up pre-fire, but can't really succeed. Wouldn't be too surprised if Prosto just continue on pushing on the bomb site, as that's where all the players are heading. Do they check the position of Mir? They do not. This is where Mir finds 2 kills. And this is looking pretty good right now for Gambit. Would you look at that? Mir finds 3 kills in that scenario. And it's all up to Doja to get the clutch here against Def. If anything, Def does have a pretty good position here, and it's something I can't take away from him. But right now, the thing is though, Def has no idea what the positioning of Doja, and he still wins the fight against him, which means that there's 8 rounds here for Prosto. And Gambit, again, the money is in a pretty horrible situation where they must go for another eco. Some early nade damage here for the Gambit players. Not sure if that's going to be enough to be winning a round like this, but Kinder holding off a pretty interesting position right now, as there's players actually coming in there right in the front of him and behind him as well. He should be able to survive this one, but yep, there's now the players coming in. That's a pretty good kill here for Doja. But most importantly, the Prosto guys don't really care about the outer side of the map. Just gonna group up, hit this B bomb site, which I'm not really sure they're gonna check the position here with Demasic, but as the Molotov does go down, he almost finds the kill there on Ivan. But sadly, he cannot succeed. And yes, this does mean that Prosto will have one more round of the board. This is just looking like a very solid half for them. I did not expect that Prosto is going to be able to find so much success here on Overpass. I actually took a look at the win rate of Prosto, and they have a pretty decent win rate on a map like Overpass, sure. But obviously, Gambit have been able to win this map against, I'd say, tougher opposition than the Prosto guys. And yet, definitely able to pull off some good stuff here. Oh, there's Mir picking up the AK, but he can't actually survive this one. I don't think so. He's probably going to go down here to the bomb explosion. And yes, as you can see, guys, there's one more round here for Prosto. 9 rounds for them on the terrorist side, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we get to see a Gambit timeout, but nope. Looks like we're just going to continue on the way it is. If Gambit end up winning this round, then yes, I would say that's the perfect time to be picking up a timeout. Because by that point, you'd be given the terrorists 10 rounds of the terrorists out of Overpass. That is quite a lot. That is definitely quite a lot. Oh, that's a pretty good early kill here for Kenzer. He's able to spot a Doji in that position. That opening frag here for the Prosto guys, wouldn't be too surprised if they would have now hit this B bomb site. Mir tries to show us some heroics, but as he goes down, this is now a perfect opportunity for Prosto to continue on moving forward on the bomb site. There's a grenade that lands at the feet of Demasic. And right now, Prosto, there's still a lot of moving forward, interestingly enough. I guess you're going to wait for the smoke to fade, and this is right now, 40 seconds. This is the opportunity here for Prosto. They can use it to their advantage if they were to continue on moving forward on the bomb site. Yet, still it's taking their sweet time. But as we can see, right now the utility is being expended. Demasic trying to find a kill. At least he gets one, but that's simply not going to be enough for the Gambit players to actually get this retake in. The nade might do some damage. Does 0 bits of damage, in fact. So right now, Mo can't see a damn thing because the smoke grenade is blocking off his vision. And I think that's going to have to be, yet again, another save here by the Gambit players. Looks like Axel, though, is moving into the site, but yeah, I think he realized how a grim situation this is. I try to get a 4-on-2 retake, so yeah, Mo alongside Axel will try to back away out of here. And again, just try to save them weapons. Well, looks like no time out here for Gambit. We're just going to continue on playing the way it is, and at the very least, we do get to see an investment here from Gambit, so I guess it's not too bad here for the CIS team, but I know there's Mo stationed. Where's Mo? Well, doesn't matter, as Mo ends up going down pretty early on here towards birthday, and he can't find the early kill here, but Mir sure does, so I guess that's something working out here for Gambit. I wonder if Mir's gonna be open up the door. He sure does. The flash does rain in, but he can't see a single player because of the smoke grenade. It's still quite hard to say which team is going to be able to come out on top here in the 12th round, as the Prosto guys, slowly but surely, they're making their way towards the A bomb set, or are they in fact? The bomb is actually going to wrap around back towards T spawn, interestingly enough. It is pretty weird because they would have been able to actually cross back here towards the fruit connector on the B side, as they do have connector presence. But I guess they are anticipating some of these Gambit players to be here up and short, and they're in fact very right in that regard. There's a certain Mir holding off here towards the short position. Though one thing I don't really like here from the Prosto guys is that they simply might just run out of time here if they don't execute at this very time. Right now they are making the push happen. Mir though still finds the kill here on Def. But there's still a lot more kills Mir has to find, and he somehow wins it against Flarich. As the man only has his knife out. Doja right now in the smoke. Still doesn't get that kill. It's off to Axel somehow. As they kinder alongside A1. Left right now it is 2-on-1 situation, but it's looking pretty good here for Prosto. Of course, if you're Axel, you have to try and attempt this clutch. I'd say it's a must. Enough saving the rifles here. There's an opportunity, but he can't capitalize of it. There's, of course, Ivan getting 3 kills to the round, and another one for Prosto. You know what? This is looking ever more likely that the reverse sweep is actually going to take place. For those who are tuning in right now, our very first map of the best of 3 was the map pick of Prosto, which was a very easy Gambit victory, 16-2. Here though, interestingly enough, on the map pick of Gambit, Prosto were able to win right now, 11 rounds on the terrorist side. And this is just looking awful here for Gambit. There's Axel. Again here towards connector. Does have his teammate backing him up. But even he looks like, yeah, Demus is going to try to back away out of here. Axel though. This is where things get pretty awkward here for Axel, because he's trying to win the fight against the Kinder, but there's also a couple of those guys here towards the lower part of connector. So Axel try to win this first fight, but I mean that's the thing right now. He's stuck in a pretty awkward position, but Mir is able to do some serious work, but at the end of it all, it's still very good trades here for Prosto. They've been able to put themselves in a 4-on-3 scenario, if not a 4-on-2. If Ivan gets the kill here on Demasig, which could be possible, as Demasig just lines up right in front of him. And looks like Mo now, the only guy left here on the A-bomb side. Gonna try to attempt to stop this push from Prosto, but that's going to be very difficult for Mo. And of course, it's not even a push here. The A-bomb side is now to Lonesome Doja to try to get this kills. There's going to be a lot of players coming this way. There's Doja not getting a single kill. And in fact, Prosto will probably get themselves the 12th round war with Lonesome Mo. Here in connector, might try to attempt to go for the save, it looks like. I mean, things are looking pretty bad here for Gambit. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. This is looking like another reverse sweep now, doesn't it? That's something we don't get to see all day. Or too often in Counter-Strike. Looks like Mo is inspecting that gun of his. Looking at the Gambit sticker. Remembering some past glory of this team. Oh, looks like Mo is going to be playing a bit more aggressive this time around. I think he might have had his teammate actually throw down the flash, but as you can see, he's not able to find any kills so far. I can't really say this is looking too bad here for Gambit. I mean, they still have a possibility, but the Prosto guys... Oh, in fact, Kenzo right now, seeing a push taking place, he finds the kill on Mirror and actually repositions himself. But as we can see, if Def somehow gets the kill here on Axel... Oh, that is some very awkward timing right now. Axel doesn't even see the player right behind him, but Def sure does. And still, it's a somewhat good situation here for the Gambit player. He might just be able to pull this one off. There's Doja getting the kill on Def. And suddenly, if Mo is able to get the flank in, which looks like he might just get the kill on Ivan and almost the second one on Flarich. This is still looking pretty good here for Gambit, though. Of course, Flarich right now in this position will be able to plant the bomb here on the A-bomb side. There's actually not a single player to deter him from planting the bomb, and it looks like Flash is anticipating the players to actually come in here from the connector area. At least he finds one of them. And he's actually feeling quite confident that both of the players might just come out here from the connector area. Right now he's definitely hearing the footsteps. That some of these players are making their way here towards that bomb site, but Flarich, you might just be able to pull this one off. There's still Doja and Demasic trying to find the player. They're hoping to find him in the bank area, but that's not really the case. Flarich, no! How does he whiff that shot? Oh boy, Flarich, you should have been able to get that kill, and I think, yes, there's enough time for Doja to get the defuse in. And there's the second round here for Gambit. Another round where Gambit ended up winning on the back of a close defuse in a clutch situation. Well, at least that's the second round here for Gambit on the CT side. It's still not looking too good for them, admittedly. But if they somehow get this third round in, then okay, that's going to be a bit better than just the measly 2 rounds on the CT side of Overpass. Oh, there's the Prosto guys actually trying to go for a bit of a more aggressive play here towards the A-bomb side. Doja definitely sees Kenzer there. And actually, when you look at that, there's Gambit players actually winning some very crucial fights right now. It seems to me that this could be a round here for the Gambit guys, as right now it's down to the 4-on-2. Lonesome Ivan and Yakinder gotta be making his way towards the connector area, it seems like. But I must say this, I do actually like the Prosto guys they're doing right now. I mean, they're in a very difficult situation, so the best bet is actually try to stick together. But as they deploy that one flash grenade here over the A-bomb side, this is actually going to call in a rotate here from the remaining Gambit squad. Because right now they just have to commit this bomb site right now. 40 seconds remaining. It kind of looks like Ivan is maybe hoping to actually back away, but his teammate Yakinder definitely wants to continue on pushing forward. Mo right now definitely spots out the head of Yakinder. Now it's all up to Ivan here in the clutch, and obviously they know where he's stationed at. They don't even necessarily have to peek the man, but they want to try to take the fight to him, and at the very least that's going to be the third round here for Gambit. Still can't really say that's a good scoreline here for the Gambit players in any shape or form, but obviously 3 rounds is a bit better than 1 round at the CD side, I'll give him that. And of course, in a world where Prosto are able to win the pistol round, we might just be seeing a very quick second map here. It's weird though, isn't it, how successful Gambit were on the first map, and I can't really say that on the second map they've done too many mistakes. I mean, at the start of it, things were looking still pretty fair there for Gambit. I mean, there were a lot of this 2-on-2 scenarios, post-plan scenarios where Prosto were able to come out on top, but it still looked possible that Gambit should acquire more rounds than just 3 on the CT side, and yet with all we see that they get, well, get this, there's 3 rounds on the CT side. That's definitely a bit of a shame here for the Gambit players, but, you know, this being their map pick and all, I wouldn't be running them off just yet. They might just show us some serious work here on Overpass. There's Ivan being gushed by the clock of, I would say, Mo. And Clear's able to find a kill, and would you look at that, the Gambit players are having a very successful pistol round right now. There's 4 kills to their name, and of course, with those 4 kills, you're going to continue on pushing forward on this A bomb site. This is where Lonesome Death has to face a lot of angry Gambit players, and I don't think he's going to be able to come out on top in this situation. I might just even say that he's going to try to save the defuse kit of his, which, I mean, isn't that bad of an idea? At the very least, he could definitely keep that defuse kit in the upcoming round, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive this one. There's Demon Sig just running around the corner, does get the kill on Death, and most importantly, there's the round here for Gambit, a much needed one for them if they want to continue on playing this matchup. Right now, as you can see, Gambit clearing out a long part of the map. They might just even make sure there's not a single CT hiding out here in the toilets area as well. As Prosto, they decided to go for the force by here. They have the scout here in the hands of Ivan, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to find a kill as of yet, though. Those 2 players could very easily actually present themselves. It does look like, though, the smoke grenade ends up being deployed. The Prosto guys, they have some of their own counter utility, which they have thrown down here on the A bomb site. That's actually a very good nade here on Mo and Demon Sig. It looks like Ivan still finds the kill. Kinder gets the better of Mir. It kind of looks like Gambit players are going to have a very difficult time here entering the bombs. There's Death finding the kill, and even though Doja finally takes down Kinder, it's a bit too late. As of right now, Doja left in such a difficult 1-on-4. There's the bomb being dropped on the A bomb side. And if anything, I think Doja is going to continue on trying to find these kills, but there's actually one for Doja. But I don't think any more opportunities will present here for the veteran. Looks like, yeah, he might just get the AK-47 and just pedal his way out of here. Or continue on with the clutch. Do you what you do best, Doja. But obviously winning that round would have been quite insane if he would have been able to pull it off. That's not really the case here. There's Prosto upsetting the Gambit players. And this definitely puts Gambit in a very awkward scenario where I think for them, trying to go for a force buy here isn't that bad of an idea, as their money is still going to be screwed in this upcoming round. But it looks like, yeah, they're just going to go for the eco here, even though it will be a double eco here for the Gambit players. Looks like at the very last round of the half, they want to try to maximize their options as much as possible, it seems like. There's, of course, a couple of these Gambit players actually make their way through long. Interestingly enough, they've made a decent amount of progress here, but looks like all progress might just be shut down. Flash still hasn't even revealed his position. There we go, flurry of frags for him, and this seemed to be the 14th round here for Prosto. You can still see that the money situation here for Gambit is pretty appalling, but oh, okay, they actually decided to go for the force buy here. Okay. So that was the whole main idea here for the Gambit players. I was maybe hoping to see a double eco take place, but I mean, that would have been putting Prost in a very winnable situation. They might just been able to reach the 15th round, and I can understand what Gambit are trying to do here, but let's be real. They got 2 Galils, alright, and they have 3 MAC-10s being purchased. Can't really say that's the best of weapons, but over here though on the B bomb side, they might just be able to enter this part of the map. There's also lonesome Kenzer here. The Molotov thrown at him. No, that's a flash grenade, Kenzer. The smoke grenade. Oh no, that was so awkward to watch. Poor Kenzer. He can't throw down the smoke, and he ends up being consumed by the flames and Gambit. They will have themselves the bomb being planted. And I think Kender, Ivan, and Flash in this situation, I think they're just gonna try to save their guns. That seems to be the optimal choice. Are you gonna be seeing that replay? Yeah, this is gonna be it. Oh man, poor Kenzer. Even when he pulls out the smoke grenade, he actually he's not able to throw it down because it does get flashed by his own flash. That was something I haven't really seen before, but even in this higher level of Counter-Strike, mistakes do tend to happen. In a high pressure situation like that one. Looks like Gambit gonna keep things pretty simple here. There's just a straight up hit here on the B-bomb site for now. It's still looking pretty good here for Gambit. They might just be able to get these kills here, but as we can see, the smoke grenades can definitely slow down their progress quite a bit. Still no bomb plant here for Gambit, as they're just still very much stuck here in Monster. Right now, there's a lot of these smoke grenades just obscuring the vision here for Gambit. Right now, we can see the Prosto for now doing a very good job at actually stopping this push from Gambit. In fact, it looks like Gambit are just going to try to retreat here in its entirety. They're still kind of stuck there towards B short. Not really sure if they gotta continue on moving forward, but that might just be the case here for Gambit. I mean, it's still a very highly unwinnable 5-on-3 scenario for Gambit, but still gonna try to give it their best shot. Once they end up throwing out that one smoke grenade, yeah, it's pretty much obvious where Gambit gonna be making their move. Oh man, Demastic and Mir are so low in HP. It's gonna be so easy for Kinder to rack up a couple easy kills. Or that may not be even necessary. Doja's gonna be able to plant the bomb here. Not sure if Kenzer. No, he can't land a single kill here on Doja. So right now, Gambit sort of put themselves in a winnable situation. They're still gonna try to give it their best shot. But of course, they will have to face the entire might here of the Prosto side, as they have 5 players on the retake. Kinder right now being flashed out by his teammates. Some still good trades here for Gambit, but right now it's up to Mir, and yes, he can get the last remaining 3 kills. That's going to be around here for Prosto and Gambit. I still think, yeah, they have a decent amount of money to invest, so at the very least they will have a proper purchase here. But what seemed to be, or could be, our very last round of the game. Yeah, I can't really see the Gambit players able to find any success so far in this round. Overall, it's looking pretty slow, especially when you compare it to the previous round, where we just saw the Gambit players just group up, have the 5 players coming out from Monster, and personally, I'm never really a big fan of the 5-player Monster push. As you get very easily shut down there by the CTs, especially if you have those 5 players coming out from Monster. I mean, you could get very easily shut down from the Heaven area, barrel, the side itself, and if there's even a CT in short, that's gonna make your life even so much harder. Right now, at this point, Def and Kenzo are now gonna use their last bits of utility, so that smoke grenade being deployed, and almost certain the Gambit guys, they're now gonna try to go for this execute on the B bomb site. As with 30 seconds remaining, I'm not really sure. Oh, Kenzer, good flash by his own teammate, but it doesn't see a player's peeking there. But right now, the push is taking place here from Gambit. It's not looking too good for them. Kenzer drops the bomb carrier, and suddenly this is looking like a round here for Prosto. With that bomb being dropped here, and Doja have to try to win these fights, but that's not going to be it, folks. 16-5 in favor